Many people experiencing homelessness are trying to find anywhere to stay at night, which includes places like washes. But as we showed you last night, the Tucson City Council is now drafting an ordinance to discourage that practice, and it's already stirring up a complicated debate. Thank you for joining us for 13 News Live at 10. I'm Mary Coleman. Dan Maries has the night off. Our Sean Mahoney joins us from a wash near 22nd and Cole with more on what this new rule would look like. Sean?
Yeah, well, Mary, right now, state law prohibits people from trespassing on public property, while local ordinances prohibits people from squatting on local property, and state law prohibiting that on state property. Basically, it's a bunch of overarching rules, but no specific rule or ordinance that prevents people from squatting at places like washes that you see behind me. It's the reason that local leaders and city council members are pushing for an ordinance, as they say it's a public safety hazard. But local advocates for people experiencing homelessness say it's only putting a band-aid on the bigger problem.
After numerous cases of people dying in local washes around Tucson, city officials are working on a possible ordinance to prohibit people from doing so.
There's some safety concerns that people have with folks being in the wash, especially after the floods. Unfortunately, there's also some public safety concerns with citizens who live near washes.
But local advocates for the homeless believe this won't truly help those affected.
People don't want to drown in a wash because they don't have another place to go.
DeVasto, who works with Community on Wheels, agrees with Cunningham's safety concerns, but says the ordinance just masks a bigger problem.
And I think that the safety concern is absolutely valid. My concern, and a lot of folks' concern, is that if you're not able to provide the services for people to gain access to so they don't have to do that in the first place.
But Cunningham says many of those who choose to live in the wash may flat out just not know about the city's services, which is why this ordinance could be a huge help.
Well, I think it gives us an opportunity to engage folks a little bit faster and possibly have them engage in services faster.
The question is, how will it be enforced?
The action of making it illegal for people to exist in washes is not going to help anything.
It's something Cunningham brought up in City Council's study session yesterday, including how the legality of these ordinances might be challenged due to a Supreme Court case.
So I want to be really careful that we're in line with what we're doing.
Cunningham says City Council will have to find a balance between public safety concerns and the humanitarian concerns of people like DeVasto.
Now, the court case that Cunningham mentioned, Grants Pass versus the people, which was just taken up by the High Court yesterday. And now the difference in that case versus what's going on here in Tucson now, for instance, that case is looking to possibly challenge the ability for local cities like Tucson to enforce ordinances on homeless people. The big difference is that Tucson already has a homeless shelter and community health program set up, unlike the city in Oregon. Something to keep in mind as well. There has been no rough drafts or any drafts on this ordinance quite yet. It was just discussed in the study session yesterday. Reporting live from right outside Palo Verde High School, Sean Mahoney, 13 News.